Yo, hey guys, it's Beast, back with some more beastly content, and I got a little bit of story time slash, I guess, competition. I'm not really sure what this was. So, I was on the server talking about how 1 HP and Ardent Shield, pretty much Ardent Shield is a paper shield, and using any other chest mod actually works out better, and you actually have more of a damage reduction when you are 1 HP. And they said I was capping, and I don't know, for some reason they challenged me to do a silo, which, yeah. So, this is the end of it. This is after we've ran a silo and Leia's lab, and I'm going to go ahead and show you both runs and show you the BS they were pulling, the damage stacking they were doing, and then trying to act like their build was doing so much better. But it was weird because, like, I never said I was doing more damage than them. I literally told them that two of my build items, one being a starry bubbly tea and the other being an unusual braised meat, both of those items do not give any sort of stat boost. There's no elemental boost, there's no status boost, so I'm using a whimsical drink, starry bubbly tea, unusual braised meat, and the other food item was just the spring rolls, surprise spring rolls. So I only had one left anyway, so we started the first silo and we did the first silo. They kept leaving me dead, and then after that, they literally just trash on me for 10 minutes in the server after I've already left my computer. Now, I will tell you the reason why I left my computer after we just kind of watched them trashing on me after I've literally left my computer and just leave my character standing there and leave the thing recording to see how bad they're going to run their mouth on me. And yeah, no, they're running their mouth on me. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because this has been a hater for like seasons and seasons and seasons now. Literally every time I get in a server with this person, they're trying to start beef. And they're always in the chat being toxic with people. One person, I forgot what it was really stupid. Oh yeah, they pretty much called this guy a noob because he didn't have any butterflies, and I pretty much just pointed out that, hey, maybe they're playing on another character, and that character's not going to have any butterflies. I think I'm mad at me about that, but, you know, kind of like acted like I was stupid. You know, it's kind of just how this person is in general. But regardless, literally 10 minutes after I've left my computer, they're sitting there running their mouth on me, and I have a sub stand up and say, nah, he's a pretty cool guy, he makes good videos. Thank you, Frank, you the man. But anyway, they accused that person actually of being me as an alt, which I thought was funny when I actually came back and seen this. I literally got like an hour of recording just because I had to go walk off, which, once again, I'm going to show you why I had to leave my computer. It wasn't actually, this didn't send me, okay? This wasn't what sent me that made me leave my computer. This was part of it, but it wasn't what sent me. So, as you can see there, they're just kind of running their mouth, insulting people, throwing insults around. This is what this person does. I mean, they use the same meta build. They got the jaws on, then they got the critical pulse, they got a 3 set of the trench, and then probably a 2 set of shelter, and I'm pretty sure they're actually using Mayfly goggles even. They're not even using the pants, so they don't understand anything about multiple hits of 40 to 50k is a lot more than one single hit of 80k. But regardless of that, and once again, that's on a crit. I've literally seen 40 to 80k I hit, and I'm just pow, pow, pow with this build. I love 1 HP. I'm trying to do a new 1 HP that can clear the Nightmare Silos, which, if you didn't know, they crank dot, which really does mess with 1 HP. But literally 10 to 12 minutes of running their damn mouth on me after I've already left my computer, accusing one of my subscribers as being me, as just like I'm sitting there arguing with them on one of my alts. No, I can show you all my alts. Not one of them's named Frank, whatever the heck Frank's name is. Like, thank you, Frank, you the man, but I ain't Frank, I guarantee it. Anyway, so yeah, 10 minutes of running their mouth, and I'm going to show you why they're running their mouth after, and it's even funnier because they literally left me dead in Leah for 12 minutes, ran an entire extra phase of the boss than me, and then they're like, oh, look, my damage number is higher. Yeah, it's called damage stacking. Literally, so many people have done this to me. They will challenge me to a silo, and then they rush the F out of it, and it throws me off because they're rushing to F out of it, killing all the enemies before I can even land a blow. But right here, as you can see here, someone said it's just their love language, and my wife's seen that, and she got really mad at me, and she thought I was cheating on her or something. So, yeah, that's why I left, because I had this person going in chat just literally trying to attack me, and then I'm sitting on the couch thinking I'm cheating on her because someone said it's our love language. This ain't nothing but love. I guarantee it. This bitch just got a problem with me, and that's what the hell this is. So here is, you know, showing a little bit of a testing. This originally was just going to be a 1 HP versus Nightmare Silos. I really wanted to do that as a challenge. As you can see here, the build does absolutely fine on damages here. This was with buffs, and literally even with just the first few hits, which, by the way, I literally get half of my damage after firing a couple shots off. Literally, just this, haven't even fully worked everything out. One of them's a starry bubbly tea, one of them's a usual braised meat, and then we got ourselves just a whimsical drink, and of course, we got this, man, whatever. Anyway, the dumpling. So we got the dumpling, and we're hitting like 80 to 100k damage, easy peasy. I've literally seen this do more damage. I'm not done with this build, by the way, at all. Now, for the first silo, we were using blasting tungsten ammo and everything, but for Leah, we were only using tungsten, and in Leah, I actually lost my only elemental buff that I was getting entirely. Whimsical had already worn off. I had ended up using a sparkling pumpkin soup, which is like a 10% power surge buff, not a 25% or whatever it is from the other one. So a lot less of a damage buff on that one. And here's the other thing about this build. So, being that I'm using Sorry Bubbly Tea, I actually have to jump off a ledge and glide for a minute before I actually get my full shield. This full shield is actually kind of necessary to run a 1 HP build. It is entirely possible to run a 1 HP build. I guarantee you, you just gotta be quick enough. You just gotta be quick enough, kill quick enough, and have the skills. And also, it really does not help when your teammate is rushing the F out of the thing and you're just having to rush just to try and get to some enemies to kill. They're not even, like, it's so bad. It literally, I cannot wait to show you this entire thing. And I do know the video is literally going to be like 20-something minutes, but it's just so entertaining to me. As you can see here, though, clearing Nightmare is 100% possible with 1 HP. You do a metric ton of damage as 1 HP. The only problem is avoiding getting damaged, and with damage over time on the burn, it actually completely nukes your shield if you're using Ardent Shield. I tested this out. I tried other mods at 1 HP. My shield lasted a lot longer versus Ardent Shield because Ardent Shield's main thing is unable to penetrate the shield, but that does not apply when you are applied a dot, because a dot is a damage every second, so that's an instance of damage every second, so it can 100% have just get burned, have full shield, and then run around for 10 seconds worth of time, and boop, you're dead because you're 1 HP. It's a hard build to do, but this is 100% possible, and this is what you would be watching, is just me clearing a few silos on 1 HP Nightmare. But for some reason, they wanted to argue with me that they didn't change how the shields worked, even though even just the design of the UI for shields is different. And I also remember reading patch notes showing that Ardent Shield got a debuff, and a couple other shield-based perks got a debuff. You can't even have a Lunar Sanity Gummy in anything but Lunar Oracle, aside from, I get them from wish boxes, but I only got like 2 or 3 and I've already used them. I was really wanting to carry those maybe, as I could pop them every 60 seconds and have, double shield. Maybe that was going to help me. But regardless, for some reason, they wanted to run a silo. There was never even anything stated of, I do more damage than you, I'm going to end up doing more damage than you. The whole point of me running this was just showing that it is 100% possible to run a 1 HP build here. Now, as I said, this entire silo they're running, I am over encumbered on carry weight. I got like 4,000 or 5,000 stuff in, like 4,000 or 5,000 pounds worth of stuff in my inventory. And I'm just arrow leaping around, trying to compete with someone who has literally probably like 80 carry weight, running around zipping super duper fast, movement items, arrow leaping everywhere, just nuking all the enemies before I can even get there, leaving me dead if they wanted to, who just to sit there so they can stack up damage. And once again, still, any phase enemy, any sort of actually hard to defeat enemy, they have to have me there to even be able to beat it. But of course, at the end of the silo, it's going to show them as doing more damage when they leave me dead for a long time. I'm running as 1 HP. You're running as like 50% HP. You see the difference here? I can't take a single hit or I'm dead. And as you can see here, once again, see I didn't have Ardent Shield on. You see how long it took for my shield to go away there? And once again, I rushed in here because they were rushing so hard, so I threw myself into the enemies here. That's why I ended up dying. In the beginning, they did, pick me up 1 or 2 times relatively quickly, but after that it was just kind of like, I'm going to damage stack on you because you are actually doing good damage and you're not going to prove the point I want to, so I'm just going to manipulate it to where it looks good for me. Nah, we're going to make a whole video out of this, okay? So, once again, they're rushing the silo. They don't have carry weight like me. Their carry weight isn't super heavy like me. They're rushing into the room, literally kill the enemies before I even get 1 shot off. I get 1 shot, boom, the guy's dead. But I didn't get hardly any of the damage there. That's all their damage. Any enemies that they rush to and kill before I get there is also more damage. They rush through this thing. They get through it way quicker. They're just chilling up there. I'm like, can you give me a second so I can find somewhere to glide so I can get my shield fully procced up so I don't die ever again? Nope, they're not going to give me time to find somewhere to glide off of because that's a part of this build is you need to glide in order to activate the Starry Bubbly Tea. Another thing to mention about the Starry Bubbly Tea is If you use the Deviation Shield, the Starry Bubbly Tea actually will not continue to gain shield again until, like, I don't know, it's weird, randomly the Starry Bubbly Tea buff will start working again, but Starry Bubbly Tea is also not a solution for 1 HP, because the instant you use the Dev Shield, the Starry Bubbly Tea stops functioning as it's supposed to. You no longer gain shield when you're gliding, so yeah, I'm still kind of left at a what do I do here situation on this 1 HP build, but let me be clear on this. It is not damage that I am lacking on the 1 HP build. It is sustainability and it's defense. Once I get the defense down on this thing, I'm going to be able to clear every single Nightmare Silo super duper easily. Starry Bubbly Tea does seem to help, and it might actually be the closest thing I have as a solution. But as you can see here, I just used the Dev Shield and I tried to leap off the thing and glide. No Starry Bubbly Shield recovering there at all. Why? Because for some reason the two interact with each other. The devs need to really fix a lot of things. It really sucks with 1 HP because it almost seems like the entire design of Nightmare was meant to nuke solo 1 HPers. Now, a 1 HPer playing on a team of the rest of the people not being 1 HPers is fine. I mean, he gets his support that he needs and he gets to be the glass cannon that he needs. That's the type of 1 HP build that you are when you're running 1 HP, right? So, we're going to get to the boss eventually. Once again, we're still just going through here. They're rushing through everything. We ended up even doing the side boss. I am just absolutely nuking enemies when I can. But once again, when I die because I'm 1 HP, they just leave me there dead. And on a solo run of a silo, it's just a you cannot die. I do not even bring in adrenaline items when I do these solo Nightmare silos. Whenever I do a solo silo at 1 HP, even in the past when I did a pro one, I don't bring adrenaline shots. The only one I might have is the Astral Dwelt one in the events tab. Aside from that, I don't use adrenaline shots because either it's a perfect run or it's a wipe and I restart and challenge again. There is no I'm going to use an adrenaline shot 10 damn times in a silo. It's either I beat the silo or I don't beat the silo. And when you're playing as a team, it's a little different because you expect your allies to actually pick you up and revive you. But as you can see, I'm doing tons of damage with this build. This build does good damage, guys. I've literally seen 100k in one single hit on a crit before from this build. This build's fun. I can't wait to show you this build. The only problem is I can't figure out the defense completely. So I think I'm just going to have to stack up more on defenses. Now, I'm using unusual braised meat for now because it does give like a 15% extra damage reduction. It might double if your sanity's low or something. But with that, I have to have low sanity. And the current build actually is a low 1 HP build that actually doesn't require any sanity loss at all. That's what I'm wanting here, but I just can't get the defensive situation down. I've got to be able to survive. I've literally tried projection grenades to where I throw a projection out and then try and kill them. They one-shot my projection because it's an emulation of me and it's at 1 HP. And it doesn't have a shield at all, so projection dummies don't work for 1 HP. As you can see here, just another 40 seconds of them leaving me dead so they can go out and kill more enemies and have an even higher damage number than me to say, look how much more damage my build did. And that's kind of the BS a lot of people want to do. They rush the F out of the silos, nuke as many of the enemies as they can. Anytime you die, they'll just let you sit there. Now, once again, a couple times, they did revive me relatively quick. Even this 40-second one didn't take too long, though they could have just stopped trying to rush so hard and been a good teammate and came healed me. Here's where it matters. Here's the boss. Let's see how much damage we're doing here. We are just absolutely throwing the damage out here. You know, at least 10k per hit, even on the lows. And as you can see here, we do still have both of our damage buffs here. And it's really weak spot damage that really I get the maximum damage out of this build. Once again, this build's unfinished. This was never about damage. This was just the fact that you can clear silos with 1 HP, which I think I proved pretty well here. That was my entire reason for willing to do a silo with them. I never said, bro, I'm going to do more damage than you. Never did I ever. You can ask anyone in the server. I never said I was going to do more damage than you. I just said I'm working on my 1 HP build so that I can solo Nightmare silos. Your response is to challenge me to silos, in which we easily clear once you actually, you know, learn to be a team and revive me. And which we're going to get into the final boss of this silo, because that's really where it shines, showing just how much of a non-team player they were being this entire time, just trying to be competitive, just trying to out-damage me and shit on me. And literally, that's just a thing. I mean, it's just a toxic action here, man. It's just so toxic. But here we are. We're getting to the boss now. So it starts out good. We're doing some good damage. And a coherence enemy, which neither of us, to my knowledge, unless maybe their pistol does it. I don't know. Pistol might do something on coherence. I nuke the phase for him. I nuke a lot of the other normal enemies for them. I'm doing tons of damage. I do good add damage, and I do good boss damage on this build. It's 100% balanced. The only thing I haven't gotten figured out once again is the damn defense. And really, I'm I'm not sure if it's the defense or if I just need to, you know, be quicker than that and just not take any damage, which honestly, kind of fun. Kind of fun being a glass cannon and not taking any damage at all trying to defeat this type of stuff. But as you can see here, I tried to help him out. I helped him defeat the coherence. We get the coherence's shield down. And then what do? They just abandon me in this hole and just leave me to sit here. And do you think they come back within a minute or so? Nah, they're way to F over there on the other side of the silo. Now they've ran past me, ran back into the hole. Still no revives. This literally was like 5 minutes of them just sitting here trying to solo the boss, trying to like one-up me so they can solo the boss. I finally realized I have Astral Dwelt still. I could have claimed and used the 1 adrenaline shot here to continue this thing. But now I figured I'll watch them, see what's going on. They can't kill the normal enemies here, so they're not able to revive me. Once again, I shoot one normal enemy. My bow annihilates everyone because I do great AoE damage. I do great single target damage. All in all, this build just does a more equal amount of damage. The only problem is, once again, 1 HP. Now, yes, I could run this build as a low HP and it would do absolutely fine, rocking it like 30 or 40%. But that is not the 1 HP challenge that I like to challenge myself to, because it's really the only way I can find a way to make this game difficult. Because honestly, I mean, these people are using a meta build from like, you know, they're using the thinking critical pulse, 3 set of trench, 2 set of shelter, mayfly goggles, and then they're taking that jaws out for their secondary. They got the jaws boost that I don't get to have, and then they also probably got fortress wear for air boost going on where they use the long axe. And you know, they got all these buffs. And yet still, you know, I'm doing completely fine here. I mean, finally I said something. Finally I said, if you just revive me, this will be over. And right after they revive me, what do you know? The boss starts losing HP. Now, I haven't played Man of His Silos in a while, or Leah for that matter, honestly, in quite a while, because for a good 4 or 5 seasons of my time in this game, I've played Way of Winter. And even the last season before this endless stream, I was in Way of Winter. So, yes, Man of His Silos are a little bit more foreign to me, but I still have hundreds of hours in these silos. I still know how to beat them, and I still know how to solo Leah's Lab. As a matter of fact, my next video might be 1 HP versus Leah's Lab solo, because while I can't currently solo Nightmare, I have soloed 1 HP versus the other dungeon, so I'm sure Leah's Lab's even easier, because the other dungeon, arguably to me at least, is more complicated due to the puzzle mechanic at the end of it. It's like the Black Sector, the Lost Sector, whatever it is. That one, as you can see here, I'm using a adrenaline shot to pull myself back up because I know they're not going to pull me back up at this point. They're just rushing, trying to get the most damage out on me. Ended up being like a 30-70 split. I did 30% of the damage in this silo. They did 70% of it, with me being down for literally half of the silo. So half of the silo worth of damage, they got to deal extra just to, you know, match me at a 30-70, where they're at 70 and I'm at 30. And then I will show you later in Leah, where I actually show you how many enemies have defeated in comparison to how many enemies they've defeated. And as you can see, they're just running through nuking every single enemy before I even get a shot off, and then claiming they have more damage than me. And it's like, regardless of this, I wasn't trying to argue that, you know, people had more damage than me. I was just trying to argue that 1 HP is 100% doable, and I am going to figure out how to do it on Nightmare solo. So even though currently I can only do pro solo on every single silo, in every single, you know, monolith, I would like to be able to do Nightmare eventually. And Nightmare, mainly the main thing is you gotta have a little bit more defense on your 1 HP. As you can see though, boom, the boss is dead and they are back up. And yeah, that's the end of that silo. And it's like 30-70% split. Once again, I'll go ahead and show it right here. 70% of the damage from them, 73 technically, and then I'm literally dead half the silo. Damage stacking at its finest. After this, they say, what silo next? I recommend Taurus or Delta. They make some crappy remark about, oh wow, that's really gonna test damage. Like, shut up, can you even do those silos? Like, because people like to say that Way of Winter silos are easier than you know, they like to say that Way of Winter silos are easier than Man of His silos, but literally have they known, pro mode alone on Delta is infuriating now. They have now made it to where the clones spawn on the platform in like 7 at a time. So you gotta nuke the F out of them, especially when you're low on HP. 1 HP specifically. Pretty bad. So as you can see here, we start Leah, and what do? They are way in there. I mean, they are literally Dr. and Hammer. And also, another thing, isn't this not even the actual start of Leah? Isn't this like a checkpoint that we're starting at here? Because, like, yeah, see, we're right here, we're continuing from a checkpoint. So we started at a checkpoint on Leah. We don't even do the entirety of Leah. And they just rushed past and left all these enemies here. I figured, you know, I was going to just go through, kill every single enemy I seen, because that's how I do Leah. I just go through room by room. I kill every single enemy. I go to the next room. I kill them. I do the boss. I do the little mechanic for the giants. I stand in the right portal. I shoot the right giant. Its thingy goes into the tube, and then I go to the other tube, and I shoot the opposite color, and it goes into the tube, and then I defeat Dr. Mannheimer. But as you can see here, Dr. Mannheim, they're already up in here, like, destroying the thing. I literally was barely even loaded in, and they were almost already to Dr. Mannheim. I mean, literally rushing. Just rushing. And this is also, like, 2 hours after I've already spent the past 2 hours challenging Nightmare Silos solo with 1 HP, trying to be quick enough, trying to figure out how to get my defense up a little bit more, and then they challenge me to this. And at this point, I'm down to tungsten ammo. I have absolutely no food buffs whatsoever that are actually increasing elemental or status damage. The only food buff I have, once again, is the unusual braised meat for the defense, which actually does seem to be working out quite well. I actually think I'm going to keep the unusual braised meat going on, and then also, you know, just use this the surprise spring roll. There we go. And then for drinks, of course, is one single drink. And I might even toss the whole starry bubbly tea idea, because unless I'm actually getting a spot to where I can glide off of, I'm not actually, you know, getting any more of an extra shield. I think it's gonna have to be just more of a, you know, recharge my shield and survive at least 30 seconds so that I can pop my deviation again and pull my shield back out. Keep the unusual braised meat on. Check more into the actual shield, or the actual defense mods for the chest piece, because once again, Ardent Shield is not helping at all when the Nightmares have such high dot, and the dot can absolutely eat the shield, and it's also not doing its job of the Ardent Shield of a single instance of damage, cannot penetrate shield when dot is a instance of damage every second, and it just completely melts your shield in a matter of seconds. You can literally walk around for 10 seconds and just watch your shield go down. If your deviation doesn't have a shield that can proc because you're not within those 30 seconds, you're dead, you're screwed. That's it for 1 HP. And that's the thing, this is a challenging build. 1 HP is a challenging build. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's for everybody, and I'm not saying that there aren't other builds that can't do good damage as well. I'm just saying 1 HP is possible, bro. I mean, that's literally all this was about. I literally was talking about how Ardent Shield made me a piece of paper because I'm 1 HP, and they challenged me to a silo, and yeah, and then 10 minutes after we have already finished off Leah, they are still in the damn chat, running their damn mouth on me, and I literally had to have a sub step up and back me up. And I didn't have to, but once again, I walked off because my wife seen that someone said it was our love language. It ain't my damn love language. I don't want nothing to do with this bitch, okay? It ain't no damn love language. This bitch just wanted to start fucking beef with me, like she has done in the previous past. I mean, it's a he or she. I'm not actually 100% sure if it's a girl or a boy, because I don't know. Once again, I don't know. They is what I'm going to refer to pompous ass, so yeah. And if you want to be a pompous ass, here you go, you're a pompous ass. But regardless, I mean, come on. So let's get to the funniest part here. So these are organic lasers. If anybody knows me or my channel, they know that I'm ADHD and that I absolutely have no patience for this type of shit. I will every single time literally just fly right into them and then try and crawl past them and wait for a teammate to revive me. Well, this teammate just decided they were going to solo the mother of life for 12 damn minutes while I'm just laying here. And no, I am not capping, okay? This was literally 12 minutes. I have the original 2 hours and 54 minutes to show you as proof that they left me dead for 12 minutes, had an entire extra wave of Mother of Life with all those enemies and Mother of Life worth of damage. Finally, I say, why don't you just wipe and we can clear it? And then they say, bro, I almost had it. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you almost had it. What is the point of you rushing to the boss and letting me die to an organic laser and not reviving me and you defeating the boss? What point does that even fucking prove, dude? What the hell, man? How did that prove anything? I died to an organic laser and you rushed to the end of the boss and beat the boss while I was laying there dead. And that makes your build better. How? That has nothing to do with the build. This just has to do with you literally seeing that I was dead. You have the team icon just like me that showed you that I was down. Instead of turning around and trying to pick me up, you tried to solo the damn boss. Finally, I asked them to revive me, or I asked them to just wipe so we can do it, and finally they do wipe because, not by choice, they died. They read me talking in the chat and said they were distracted and died. But even if you did solo Leah there, I mean, that is just such poor teammanship. I mean, I died to organic lasers, and you're just gonna leave me there dead and try and solo the boss yourself to try and one-up me and look good. I mean, come on, this is just hater vibe energy all the way, guys. Craziness, absolutely craziness. As you can see here, we're doing completely fine on damage here, even at this point. Now, at this point, the Starry Bubbly Tea has worn off. Our elemental food buff has worn off. We have the unusual braised meat, and we have ourselves a sparkling pumpkin soup, actually, because my whimsical drink also wore off, and I ended up just throwing the sparkling pumpkin soup on instead, so we only had like a 10 or whatever it is, 10 or 12% power surge boost going on here, food buff item-wise, and we're also down to tungsten ammo, not tungsten blasting ammo. That is why we have lost a few thousand damage here. But as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're dead. And honestly, I could have let Dot handle it in 2. But regardless, 5 shots and that enemy's dead. So we're going to go ahead and start everything up here. Now, I was pretty much just trying to run through all of the pillars. So I've already knocked out the blue pillar here. There's the blue boss guy stepping up there. I'm standing in the blue pillar here. And now we're going to go ahead and shoot this guy down, take him out. We're going to fill this pillar up. We're then going to launch up over to that other pillar just as soon as we kill the wizard that spawned up there over there. So we're going to kill that wizard. We're going to go take its orb, we're going to go attack a orange blob thing on the ground, and then we're going to run up over to that other orange container over there on that side, and then we're going to rush to the other side and try and do the same thing, but they're going to take the orbs from me and take it to the complete opposite side. I guess they didn't realize I already got this side or something, because they just thought I'm that bad at the game or something, but I literally had already handled this entire side. That's why I went to the other side. I went to the other side because I had already handled this side. I got both of these filled already, so I went to the other side because I planned on doing that to the other side. So, as you can see here, what do? They take the orb. They should have just took it over here and threw it at the blue thing on the ground here. Did they do that? No, they took it and threw it at the orange thing over there and spawned another orange boss for no reason. But then they want to ask me if I even know how to play Leah after they do that. It's like, nah, I literally had that side handled already. I was coming to handle this side. I'm used to running this thing solo, so I wasn't really trying to run as a team. And seeing as how you left me dead for 12 minutes just before this, I really didn't feel like you were much of a team player anyway. So, as you can see here, though, that blue thing's still not destroyed. This one is currently a red one. So I ended up throwing an orb at the thing that was sitting right here because it ended up turning blue on me while I wasn't looking like, see, it's red right now, right? It's red. So when I actually get a purple orb finally, after, you know, they've taken the orb for a millionth time, trying to get this side done, because I already did that side, and now I'm trying to handle this side because they didn't handle this side yet because, you know, I don't know, they don't know how to play the game or something, they don't know mechanics. And then, as you can see right here, this is the funniest part. They go, bro, do you even know how to play Leah's slab? Bro, do you even know how to play Leah's lab? I've already handled that side. I'm trying to handle this side, and you won't let me grab the damn orb to do it. Come on, dude. And I don't really know who this person is, honestly, because I've heard they're a streamer. I've never actually seen their channel. I've never seen their Twitch, whatever it is they stream on. I've never seen this. I don't know who the hell this person is, but they are some sort of content creator. A couple weeks back, TowSnap was running the server, clearing through the omens with everybody. This person's like, you know, in the same Discord as TowSnap or whatever, and was helping TowSnap with, you know, getting people gathered, pretty much just saying, hey, come on guys, come to this area and let everybody else do all the damage. And eventually they tried to take credit for like running the server and being the reason why we cleared omens so easy. Someone called them out on the server and they got really mad about it. It was pretty funny, honestly. But aside from that, yeah, I just find it funny this is the same person. And now they're going to challenge me to a silo, leave me dead for 7 to 8 minutes of the silo, and then take me into Leah's lab. I'm going to die to an organic laser. They're literally right in front of me. Instead of turning around to revive me and getting through the laser part together, they leave me dead, and then later on they ask me what the F I even died to. Like, you were right there, bro. You know what it was. It was the organic lasers, like I even said in chat. I even said, damn it, dead to organic lasers. And I even say it in chat, and they're like, what did you even die to? You know what I died to? You were literally like 10 feet from me when I died. I seen your name tag still, dude. What the hell? And like, yeah, once again, 12 minutes, they couldn't solo Mother of Life themselves. So finally, they wipe, and I'm actually allowed to play it. And lo and behold, what do you know? We beat Mother of Life in the first shot. Easy peasy. Once again, they weren't able to beat it. Like the silo boss, had to come pick me up. They got the silo boss to a certain point, and then the motherfucker healed itself up back to full HP, and they're like, what do we do? I can't even kill normal enemies. Yeah, because you probably don't even have mods that boost your normal enemy damage. Don't you know you need to boost the normal and great 8-1's damage? Don't you know those two attributes actually are important, and the best thing is pretty much your two key attributes, and then a normal damage boost and a great one's damage boost? Or Technically, I really want to perk more attributes into damage reduction for 1 HP. I think that's really what's gonna make the 1 HP build shine, is when I have 2 more attributes that are boosting some sort of either max HP, which really isn't gonna help that much, or, you know, damage resistance. Damage resistance is mainly key. I haven't really looked into which all attributes I can get to be boosting that, while also looking for the 2 core base perks. I mean, my goodness, the mods alone are so grindy on this game, for real. I mean, I want to build full defense mods with double elemental and status damage, but I don't even think it's really going to be possible. I think I'm just going to have to deal with my current lunar mods, because lunar mods just have such a higher damage percentage when it comes to the 1 HP. I wouldn't want to be using any non-lunar mods there either. But as you can see there, we're getting this thing done now. It went pretty smooth once they actually picked me up. I think I died like a couple times, but I had to pick myself back up anyway. I had 3 adrenaline shots because they wiped. But as you can see here, and I thought we were going to have to like heal at checkpoints, but it turns out they started like midway anyway, so we didn't actually have to even heal up our gear on mid checkpoints and, you know, come back to a checkpoint, because they started us mid checkpoint for some reason. And as you can see here, finally I'm about to get an orb and the damn lightning starts striking down, but you get it. Okay, we ended up clearing Leah's lab after I was revived. I just thought it was crazy, because the whole time, I mean, I never even said my build's gonna do more damage than you, I'm gonna out damage you or anything like that. And they just were pretty much like, yo, 1 HP is stupid. It's like, no, 1 HP is a challenge. I know you don't know what that is, but it's called a challenge. 1 HP challenge. It's challenging. You gotta have skill to play it. You don't just have to slap together the same damn meta build that everybody else uses. But yeah, I mean, my whole point was just that 1 HP is 100% usable. I can defeat Leah's Slab solo with this damn build. I can defeat the other dungeons solo with this build. And yet, still, to this day, people want to tell me that 1 HP is just a stupid build. It doesn't, the math doesn't check out, or what the hell ever. Look, okay, let me show you a screenshot right here. Look at that. That's 222% status damage, 150, I do believe it is, shock damage, and then like 180 elemental damage. That's a lot of stat boost there. Now, that is when, you know, I'm actually getting all my shots off. For a second there, I thought they were just going to try and like take all this damage here, but they didn't want to have to wipe, so they did actually come pick me up. I'm thinking they were planning on just damage nuking there. They seen they weren't actually doing that much damage to Mother Life by themselves, and we're like, oh, I'll go pick them up now. Yeah, you better, because you're not even killing ads, bro. You didn't even kill ads the entire damn time, and if you were solo, you wouldn't have been able to handle this. But regardless, here we go. So, as you can see here, it just absolutely melts. Literally enemy I shoot. Any enemy that I shoot with this build, I just absolutely melt it. Like I said, damage is not the problem on this build. I've just got to get my defense up more. I just got to perk more into more defense attributes. But I do believe this is about the end of the video. I just couldn't believe this shit. I was literally just trying to solo Nightmare Silos, and they challenged me to run Silos. I never said I was going to do more damage to them. I just said I was going to be able to clear the Silo no problem. And you know what? I think I did what I said. So, for that, I am out of here. What do you think of this, guys? And once again, literally still 18% of the damage, and I was dead for 12 minutes of it. Craziness, guys. But I am out. See yous. Keep it beast mode.